Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money show. It is Tuesday, December 27th, and it is our first show after Christmas. So, Mark Talercio, my co-host and executive producer, how was Christmas?
It was great. And actually, this is actually the second time that we are recording a show for December 27th. We did this once before, but we had to use it in an emergency. So it's Christmas times two.
Can I cop to the emergency just so everybody knows what an idiot I am? So I have two homes, very lucky of me. All of a sudden, it's, October, and I'm doing a million different things, and I have trying to pack to go away, and I have a friend who's sick, and so we're going a lot of back and forth, and things are all wet, and I get out to my other home. I said, oh my God, I left one major piece of equipment. There's a little converter. I have two fancy microphones, and I have this little converter, which is quite expensive, and thank you to CBS for paying for that. I left my converter in my primary residence. And so Mark had to scrape up the bottom of the barrel and get all of our pre-recorded shows. And now we have to redo the work. But you did get a free day on Tuesday, didn't you, Mark?
That's the beauty of having all this stuff recorded. It comes in handy. You never know.
One never does know. You're absolutely right. So this is the program that attempts to take the mystery out of your financial life. And one way that we do that is we encourage you to ask us questions. And so you go to our website, JillOnMoney.com, and you click on the Contact Us button, and there, boom, a form will pop up. And at the end of the form, it says, would you be willing to come on the program with us? And if you check the box, Mark does everything else. And so listen, if we don't get to you immediately, Mark has been very good at getting as many people on the air as possible. It is not always achievable given my nutty schedule. If you're waiting to get on the air and you really, really, really want to get on the air, I would resend the email. And Mark, doesn't that work? A little nudge, maybe? Could work, right?
Yeah, just put something in the subject line that'll get my attention. Like, a resend in or a deadline coming up, something.
Or, Mark, I really do love you much more than Jill. So let us stop talking and let's bring in our listener. It's Jane, who's on the line from the Midwest. And Jane, already, aren't you less nervous than you were 5 minutes ago?
Yes, it is true.
Okay, see? Nice and easy. Take a deep breath. It's just me and Mark. We're hanging out with you. We're talking. Do you like alcoholic beverages of any sort?
I do, yes.
What's your drink?
Right now, it's gin and tonics.
Just think that Mark and I are sitting with you, hanging out. We're in some resort because we're not doing this in the Midwest in December, but we're at a resort and we're drinking some gin and tonics and you're relaxed. And now you're going to tell us what's going on and how we can help you out.
Okay, so I am calling in today because my husband and I just recently got new jobs. And so I'm kind of looking for a financial check-in for us. Also wondering about, from our previous jobs, we have money in a traditional 401k that we are considering converting to Roth. So
Okay,
just wondering
great.
about the timing of that.
Jane, how old are you?
I am 32 and my husband is 31.
Let's start with how much you're earning in your new jobs.
So he makes 115 and I will make 87.
Were you putting in the maximum into your retirement accounts?
We were doing the match.
What was the percentage that you put in? Do you remember?
He did 6 and I did 4.
And is that what you're planning to do going forward with the new jobs, or is there a different calculation, or are you making more money and you can put more money in?
So his is still going to be 6%, that's with the match. And mine is, they actually do 8%, no match needed.
Wait a minute, 8%?
Yes, yeah.
Whoa, holy moly, hold on.
And then we also...
But are you going to put money in anyway? Like, in other words, they're going to put 8% in, but are you going to also put money in?
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering.
All right, let's talk about a little bit more information. How much money are in the old accounts?
$20,000 in my husband's. And for mine, I have $52,000.
Any Roth money already?
Yes. I have $154,000.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. And what about your husband's?
He has $145,000 in Roth.
Will the new employers have Roth options for their retirement accounts?
Yes.
Are you going to use those as Roths?
We were planning to.
Where do you live? Do you rent? Do you own?
We own.
What's it worth?
I would say $450,000.
What kind of a mortgage do you guys have?
We have about 240,000 at 3.125%, 10 years left.
That's it?
We did a 15-year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you guys have kids yet?
No.
What are you laughing at? Was that was a
like
mother question?
No, it's
Do you have children yet?
It's a big discussion. We'll see.
Oh boy. What's the discussion? I think you have to do something. You can't talk so much about it. You got to do something.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
It.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. But planning on perhaps in the future.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
We'll see.
Mark, when we get off the air, you'll find out what's really going on. All right. What about money in the bank?
Cash, we have 51,000.
5-1.
Yep.
Okay. What else?
We have an HSA for 20,000, and we have a brokerage account which we have not contributed for a very long time. That's just been sitting, and that is 16,000.
Is the brokerage account and the 2 Roths, are those are you managing them yourselves, or is somebody helping you out with those?
We do it ourselves.
And where is that money held?
With Vanguard.
Okay, very good. How about life insurance? Do you guys have that?
We do. I have 250,000 that's going to be done in 2027, and I think we did 350 on my husband.
And let's see, what else am I forgetting? How about just some basic estate documents?
We do not have that. I know you always talk about it.
Oh, I mean, you're going to have to do it anyway when you have kids, but
and that's kind of what I had thought too.
Yeah, but I mean, if you delay having kids,
yeah,
then it is worth just going and throwing some, going online and creating some documents that are like, I leave everything to you, you leave everything to me. Honestly, it's not really that big a deal for most of your assets because they'll pass by contract. But brokerage account, cash account, house, maybe your house is owned jointly with rights of survivorship, so that would pass by contract. It's really just to make it more orderly, to have a document that's easier for the survivor. Mark, what am I forgetting? What questions am I forgetting to ask?
There's no outstanding debt or anything like that? Any student loans or anything?
Nope.
Beautiful. How's the cash flow? When you were putting 4% in and your husband put 6% in, how was your cash flow in your old jobs?
I feel like we live very comfortably and we still had an excess of cash. So the number is actually down right now because we had a large purchase a couple of months ago.
What was the large purchase?
A pontoon and a boat lift for it.
Okay, that's awesome. A pontoon. I mean, I don't know, that's amazing. How big is the pontoon?
It's bigger than what we wanted, but it was a really good deal. It's a 25 foot.
How much did it cost?
So it was 16,000, and sadly the boat lift costed more than that at 20,000.
Stop it. How much is a boat lift?
Well, we ended up buying a new one and it was 20 grand. So
wait, $16,000 for a 25-foot pontoon boat, which I have to now look up and see exactly what that is. And then $20,000 for the boat lift. And you guys had that in cash. In other words, you had, before you did this, you were like chugging along with like 75 grand.
Yes.
Okay. When you have excess cash flow, where does that money usually go? Into the cash account, or do you do what has usually happened?
Well, we have our checking and then we have a high yield savings account.
Okay.
And so that's what we've been doing. Yeah.
So Mark, what is the game plan here? What is the game plan in terms of, number one, the new retirement accounts through work? I presume Mark is going to want you to do Roths, but how much money should Jane contribute into the new plan? And should they convert their old retirement accounts, that $48,000 of traditional money?
I would not convert it. If anything, see if you can roll it into the new plans, but I don't think I would convert it. It's a pretty small number. I think you definitely, I know you get the 8% contribution from your employer regardless of what you do, but I still feel like you need to be kicking in some money. You have good cash flow. You're feeling comfortable with the way things are right now. You just got raises. So I would definitely be throwing some money into both of your retirement accounts. See, I don't know where to start. Maybe do it 8% on your own, maybe 10%, see how it goes.
I was totally agreeing with you. I'm nodding my head like, yes. So and did you guys get raises, Jane, when you got new jobs?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How much?
I'm getting like 20,000 more, and he was making 86 before, and now he's making 115.
Wow. So he got 30 grand. So you have an extra 50 grand in total. I'll tell you what. Are you ready for this? I would put him, I think he should go to 10%, and I think you should go to 8% and see how that feels. All Roth. Okay. And I would just leave the old accounts alone. I wouldn't even roll them. They're sitting in their old 401ks, or are they in IRA rollovers?
His is in an IRA rollover, and mine is still sitting in the old account.
And they're not telling you they're not booting you out of that, are they?
No, but I kind of want to move just so it's all in the same place.
Okay, then move it to wherever he rolled it with him. Okay. I mean, is that all? Everything's in Vanguard at this point?
Yeah.
So roll it over to Vanguard. You'll have 2 Roth accounts. You'll have the brokerage account, and you'll have, the 2 IRA rollover accounts, right? It's all good. I think you'll keep it all at Vanguard. Keep it simple. You start in and just do 8% into a Roth, and he should do 10%.
You feel like, we would like to have the option to retire early if we can. So that's what we're trying to do. What do you mean?
You barely started working. What are you talking about retirement for?
That's why I said the option.
All right. You mean just to do something different? Or really to I'm done. I'm going to ride my pontoon boat with my 6 kids for the next 30 years. Is that what you're thinking? Something like that?
Well, no, just retiring at 60 or 62 versus.
I'm sure that will be possible for you.
Okay. All right.
Do you have other people that you think you have to take care of? Do you have parents that are in rough shape? You know what I mean? Is there anything out there that would be something we should care about that would be an ongoing obligation for you?
I don't think so.
You're in good shape. You're in your 30s and you got $300,000 in Roth money. Early 30s. You guys are in great shape. You keep doing what you're doing and you'll have that option in 30 years.
All right. Mark's giving you a guarantee. Notice how I was a little cagier about it. I think it really depends on how many kids you have.
Okay. So when looking at, because we've always done the Roth IRA and fully funded that.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband will potentially get annual bonuses. Those aren't
and that's
guaranteed.
going to bump you out of the Roth category?
Yeah, so I don't know how to handle that.
I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. He'll get bumped out of the Roth category, and then you make sure that he puts in more instead of 10% of his salary into a Roth, he can go up to 20% in his. So instead of putting money in a Roth, in fact, maybe just do that. If you have Roth options at work, you don't have to fund your own Roth IRA.
Okay. What about doing a backdoor?
You could, but then we have to convert that old account.
Right. Yeah. And you think
because he'll have an old IRA account and you potentially are going to have it now. You don't have to do that. Why do a backdoor if you actually have a Roth available?
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Maybe do the Roths through work, and what you would have put into the Roth IRA, you put into a brokerage account, especially if you want some flexibility down the road. You want some accessible money at some point.
All right. Now, anything else at all?
I don't think so. That was it. This was very helpful. So thank you very much.
Mark, are you happy with this? You've got another Roth convertee.
Oh, I didn't have to convert them. They're doing well on their own.
All right. If you would like to come on the program, just like Jane, and walk through what you should do with your new benefits. All these people get new jobs. They're making a lot of money. And I feel like there's some money being left on the table. So maybe this was your New Year's resolution, got to get my benefits in line, or I got to get my financial life in line. Whatever that is for you, whatever your goal is for 2023, we'd love to hear from you. All you need to do is hop onto our website, JillOnMoney.com. Click the Contact Us button, and we'll bring you on the air. Not we, Mark will. And another thing that Mark does so incredibly well, he creates the weekly newsletter. Comes out every single Friday. I think it's just great. And so many people say to me, I love that newsletter. It's so awesome. You can follow us here at the I Am Money Show, wherever you get your favorite podcast. And you should check out our other program. It's called Jill on Money. All of our content lives on our website at JillOnMoney.com. There you can get the new book, The Great Money Reset's coming out in just a few weeks. So you can pre-order it right on our website. Mark Talercio is the co-host and executive producer of this program. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Put your hands metaphorically on somebody's back. Curiosity, compassion, community. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.